students, how are you all? Good morning, warm welcome once again to class 8 Geography chapter number 4 Agriculture. So before starting the chapter I would like to say something regarding agriculture. So agriculture is considered as the basic occupation in India. Soon after the independence, priority was given to agriculture through 5-year plans, wherein completely you can say concentration was given to the development of agriculture and related activities, because more than 60% they depend upon agriculture. So for proper agriculture, what is required? Timely rain, because most of the farmers in India, they depend upon rainwater for the agriculture. And nowadays we can provide with artificial irrigation facilities like drip irrigation or through canals, etc. That is possible. But a common man, a common farmer, he depends upon agriculture mainly on the basis of rain. So at the present condition, you can see that monsoon in India, especially this year, is disturbing. It is already ruined some of the states, wherein the farmers, they might have grown so many, you can say they might have grown many things, and that is completely vanished due to this rain or the flood like situation. Presently, if you see the southern part of India as well as the eastern part of India, it has completely ruined, and the farmers, whatever they have grown, maybe at the initial stage, it has completely vanished, and now their entire year they have to depend upon others. So that is overall the view about the agriculture in India. Now let us concentrate on our topic, that is agriculture part 1. So let's see. So first of all, as you can see in blue color, that is the classification of economic activities. Economic activities have been classified under primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. So the classification of economic activities are primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Primary, what is primary sector, what is secondary and what is tertiary sector, that we will see in detail one by one. So first of all, as you can see, the primary economic activities. So what is this primary economic activity is? It is an economic activity that rely means that depend upon, directly upon the natural resources. So whatever is given in the nature, depending upon that, you are doing that economic activity, that is called the primary activity. For example, fishing. So it's a nature has given the ocean or the river or the sea where the fish breeds, and you go catch and you sell that fish and thereby you earn your income. That is what's called fishing. Second one is mining, extracting the minerals from inside the earth. That is mining, that we have already studied in our previous class or chapter. Third one is farming. Farming, as I told you, that agriculture activity. Tilling, then plowing, then you are growing the vegetables, or it may be the grains, it may be the food grains, it may be the commercial crops, whatever it is. And then last one is ranching. Ranches, we have already studied this in class 7. Do you remember? Large number of cattle farming, where the cattle are rare in large number, are called as ranches. So ranches, that is ranching, that means rearing the cattle. So that is the entirely, these are the economic activity that relies directly upon the natural resources. For ranching, so if we see the last one, ranching, for rearing the animals, what is the basic thing is required? That is, they need fodder, so grass, and that is available in the nature only or on the earth. So entirely you can say that that economic activity that directly depend upon the natural resources. So that is what the primary activity says. I am reading, that is written on blue side. These are connected with the extraction and production of natural resources. So it may be agriculture and fishing. The examples given here. Let's move on to the second activity, that is secondary activity. You can see on the blue line. First of all, I am going to read that blue part. Secondary activities, these are concerned with the processing of the resources. For example, manufacturing steel, then weaving of cloth, etc. Now I'm going to concentrate on this. See, whatever the secondary activity, that entirely based on or depend upon the primary activity. For example, just imagine that I have that sugar industry. So for sugar industry, what is the basic raw material required? That is sugar cane. Okay, that sugar cane, where it is grown? It is grown on the agriculture field, or you can say on primary activity. It is the primary activity. So taking the raw material from primary activity, and I am running the secondary activity with the help of the machines, with the help of the technology, and that is called secondary activity. Say for example, it is given manufacturing steel. So for steel, the basic raw material from where I am getting? I am getting from the nature. How? Mining. So we have already seen that mining is a primary activity. So wherein we can extract the iron, coal, etc. Isn't it? Minerals. Everything is extracting, and using that mineral, I have put up my own industry, or I have started manufacturing steel. Steel in the form of utensils, in the form of steel rods. We know the number of examples. And say for example, third one we are going to see, weaving of cloth. So for the weaving of cloth, if I am talking about cotton cloth, then what is the raw material required? Raw material is cotton. Cotton, where it is grown? It is on the primary sector, isn't it? So I am using the primary sector material as a raw material to my secondary sector, and I am producing something different. So I have to depend upon now, I have to rely on the primary sector. Without primary sector, I cannot do anything. I cannot put up my steel industry. I cannot put up my weaving, I can say textile industry. Nothing. For that I have to depend upon the nature, because cotton is being grown on the nature or on earth, or sugarcane I am getting from the primary sector, isn't it? So that is secondary sector. Simply saying, by using the primary sector as a raw material, I am establishing my another sector, that is my another business, or the activities, that economic activity is called as secondary activity. Now move on to the tertiary activity, that is the third one. Third sector, as I told you, tertiary. It is simply, we can say, the services, various services provided by it may be the traders. Transportation plays a very important role. See, XYZ, someone is growing sugar cane, okay, where he is maybe growing at Valia, okay. I have put up my industry at Vadodara, okay. So I have to depend upon this Valia person for raw material, that is sugar cane. So the sugar cane now has to come from Valia to Vadodara, isn't it? So that particular transportation, for there the transportation plays a very important role, and that is why the services provided by the traders or the transportation or the banking or even the teachers services, they are all considered as the tertiary sector. So other than the agriculture sector or the business or the secondary sector, the other services are called as tertiary sector. In the picture it shows healthcare, then banking, there also you are providing a type of service only. Then the restaurant, so many are not able to, or I can say on some happy days, or if we wanted to enjoy, if we wanted to go ourselves out, at that time we go and we taste the food at restaurants. Then law is also lawyer, otherwise law and order will not work properly in the country. Then the retailer shop, the shopkeeper, without his service how we will be able to eat our own food. So for sugarcane we have to go to that sugar industry. If we wanted to eat rice, then we have to go to the rice mill or wheat mill. So in between these retailer shops, they play a very important role for us. And transport and communication, distribution, that also play a very important role. Amazon nowadays plays this role, or Flipkart, they play a very important role, and they minimize now the gap. So the economic activities we have studied, that is primary activity, then secondary activity and the tertiary activity. Hope you understood this. Let's move. Now the types of agricultural farming. So whatever is a college Chandigarh, don't read that. So types of agricultural farming. So there are different types of farming are there that we are going to see in a flowchart also. First one is shifting cultivation. Then that everything I will show through you the images only. So first of all, see what is shifting cultivation. The plot of land is cultivated temporarily and abundant when it loses its fertility. That means particular area wherever you are doing that farming activity. Okay, for first year you are doing, so second year also you are doing, and third year you are leaving it abundant. कुछ नहीं करेंगे उसमें, उसको as it is रहने दे उसको. And you then where you will do, you will shift on to some other land. और ये वाला जो है उसमें आप कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे. So why? In order to regain its fertility, leaving the land in order to regain its fertility. That is called shifting cultivation. Second one, subsistence farming. The farmer grows only to feed his own family. So what is subsistence farming? Wherein the farmer grows for his own consumption. I am having 1 acres of land wherein I produce rice and wheat, and that is for my own consumption. I don't want to sell it out and thereby earn money. Okay, because that much is enough for whatever, how much is required for my family, that only I am growing. That is called subsistence farming for family consumption. Third one, intensive farming. Intensive farming means characterized by a high input of capital, labor, fertilizers and pesticides relative to the land area. It increases the crop production but also damages the environment. That means you are using all the high quality products. It may be the capital, large capital means here money. So huge amount of money is required. Then labor, large number of people are required for doing the cultivation. Fertilizers required, then pesticides required, and also the land area, it should be huge. Okay, what it does, it automatically increases the cultivation, but on the other side it damages the environment also. Then let us see the fourth one, extensive farming. Here low input of material, that low and labor to preserve the ecological balance so that the land can be farmed indefinitely. So low input of material, so major expensive materials are not required and labor also not required in order to preserve ecological balance so that the land can be farmed indefinitely. So anytime it can be farmed. So before that we will see types of farming activity. Now the types of farming activity, that is different concept, and क्या क्या फार्मिंग एक्टिविटीज़ हो सकते हैं. फार्मिंग में भी इट डजेंट मीन दैट ओनली एग्रीकल्चर, इट डजेंट मीन दैट, दैट इज़ अवर रॉन्ग कंसेप्शन कि फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं कि इट इज़ नॉट. फार्मिंग में भी अभी डिफरेंट वेराइटीज़ है. फर्स्ट वन इज़ वाइड स्प्रेड एज एवरी वन नोज, दैट इज एग्रीकल्चर. व्हाट इज़ एग्रीकल्चर? इट इज़ एन आर्ट ऑफ कल्टिवेशन ऑन सॉइल, ग्रोइंग क्रॉप एंड रेयरिंग लाइव स्टॉक. लाइव स्टॉक मतलब हम कैटल को रेयर करते हैं, दैट इज़ लाइव स्टॉक. ओके, ये भी एक एग्रीकल्चर का हिस्सा है. सेकेंड वन इज सेरिकल्चर. देन व्हाट इज सेरिकल्चर? इट इज़ रेयरिंग ऑफ सिल्क वॉर्म्स. सिल्क वॉर्म को ये करके सिल्क को एक्सट्रैक्ट करके देयर बाय प्रिपेयरिंग सिल्क क्लोथ्स. ओके. थर्ड वन इज पिसिकल्चर, दैट इज द ब्रीडिंग ऑफ फिश. देन फोर्थ वन इज विटिकल्चर, दैट इज द कल्टिवेशन ऑफ ग्रेप्स. This is viticulture. Then fifth one is horticulture, that is growing up of vegetables, flowers, fruits for sale. That's a huge quantity. Okay, sometimes you might have seen that sunflower garden. Sunflower is for what? Sunflower, in order to extract the sunflower oil. So you can say marigold, you can say that it is for sale purpose, isn't it? Let's see. Now the farming, what we are talking about, all these we have studied, all these intensive. Okay, now the farming, there are major two types of farming. One is subsistence farming and another one is commercial farming. We have already studied subsistence farming, that is growing crops for own consumption. अपने आप को, खुद का फैमिली को खाने के लिए जो फार्मिंग अगर करते हैं, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज सब्सिस्टेंस फार्मिंग. हमें पूरे साल में जितना चाहिए या खुद के लिए खाना पीना जो भी है अपने लिए है, हमें कोई बेचना नहीं है. सच टाइप ऑफ फार्मिंग इज कॉल्ड एज सब्सिस्टेंस फार्मिंग. Let us concentrate on subsistence farming only. In that there are two type of further variation is there. One is intensive farming and another one is primitive farming. Primitive मतलब old. So या फिर मैंने वैसे भी कहा था extensive farming. So intensive farming, I have explained you clearly what is intensive farming is. That is using using the most modern technologies for growing crops. Extensive means using the old method only in order to maintain that ecological balance. Then again in primitive farming there are two types. One is shifting cultivation and another one is nomadic herding. So shifting cultivation means again that we have seen subsistence farming. You are leaving that land abandoned for 1 year and you are concentrating on your growing crop on the other land. Why? In order to regain its fertility. That is called shifting cultivation. And another one is nomadic herding. Nomadic matlab herding means rearing of animals and you don't have any fixed place. You keep on moving from one place to another in search of food and fodder for your animals. Let's move on to the next one, commercial farming. What is commercial farming? First of all, the main heading of the commerce, money. Okay. Now commercial farm, there are three types. One is commercial grain farming. Only grains are like rice, wheat, millet, maize, all these are grains and they are called as commercial grains. These grains are grown only for selling purpose, not for the consumption of one's family. बेचने के लिए. Okay. Second one is mixed farming. Mixed farming में आता है you are farming as well as you are looking after the I can say animals. Okay, we will going to see that one by one in detail. And third one is plantation agriculture. Agriculture plantation, best example is tea, coffee, banana. So that is all comes under plantation agriculture. So farming, there are two types, subsistence farming and commercial farming. In that subsistence farming, intensive farming and extensive you can say, primitive. Best one is primitive farming. And in primitive farming there are shifting cultivation as well as nomadic herding. The last one, shifting cultivation, nomadic herding, that we have all studied in class 6 in history, isn't it? In history we have studied how the early people, they keep on moving from one place to another place in search of food, fodder, isn't it? For themselves as well as for their animals. So commercial farming only for the sake of earning money, or you can say for sale purpose, sale, that is commercial green farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. I think I'm going to end this today. Let me check. Yes, that's all about for today, and stay tuned for the next class wherein we are going to study in detail about the subsistence farming, commercial as well as the commercial farming with the help of the pictures. So children, what I am saying is this chapter is very important. Maybe it is there in class 10th geography also, and that I don't know where now it is removed or that. Exactly don't know, but it was there till last year. So you have to study this very well. You have to read the textbook for that. So the concept which I am going to cover in the next class, maybe that entirely concept I am going to cover, but most of the food crops and beverages crops and all fiber crops, that is whole world it is given कि इंडिया में कितना है और वर्ल्ड में उनका पोजीशन क्या है, that I am not going to explain over here. That you have to read yourself from the textbook. So always please, and what else, read the textbook as well. So that's all for today. What to say, stay home, stay safe and study as well. Thank you. Bye bye.